here we go again. So today's video is going to be, as promised, a life update, kind of like where I'm at the minute, what's going on in my life, and a bit about me, because I haven't actually shared much on my channel. Not intentional, but at the same time intentional. I was like, first of all, I'm going to post kind of make videos to get into it, and then eventually get into the deep and personal stuff, this isn't deep and personal to other people probably, but I'm a very open person, or have become to be a very open person. I actually love sharing anything to do with my own life in a way that if it helps someone else, it gives me pleasure. And I just like expressing myself because I'm actually in a place where I'm comfortable to. You know, that's what life's for. I have my iced coffee, a Saoirse essential, if you don't know me. Even when it is like, I don't know how many degrees is it? 3 degrees apparently, I reckon it's colder. I'm from Ireland. In Ireland our winters are pretty crap. So yeah, it's been pretty Baltic, and getting the motivation to do anything that involves not being in really woolly pajamas or a hoodie is difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the video anyway. There's not really much to say about what this video is about. That's to come. But I will tell you why I am doing this video. Obviously, I want to be able to share what I've learned in my life, especially with having struggled with my mental health and, you know, gone through things that maybe other people have gone through. So giving advice is the main reason, or not advice, but maybe like giving someone reassurance that even if they're in a crap place right now, that things can and will change. Reason 2. I do not want anyone to feel behind in any way. I always have, and my education is it took a back seat while my mental health took the front seat. While I was in secondary school and in college, you know, it's gone up, down the whole way throughout, at times when I really could have done with it just being balanced. With life events comes stress, and it can't really be avoided. What I have learned is how to deal with stress better, or how to not just focus on the stressful things, take my mind off that and have other hobbies, or I wouldn't even call them hobbies, have other activities that I enjoy doing, friends that I like meeting that will take my mind away from all of that. I also have began to use being in the now as like my main motto. So I was always someone who was like in the past or in the future. Never the now. Like my brain would always be thinking about what's to come, what's happened in the past. And I read a line in a book. I must get the name of it. I'll leave it in the description box below actually. Great, I haven't read the whole thing, it's me. Yeah, I read a line in the book, and it basically was like emphasizing how important being in the now is, because you're missing out on what's going on. Now that to someone watching this probably like, duh, like obviously, but there's a lot of people, including me, I know so many people that don't really, or struggle to live like in what's going on right now. Like their mind's in another place, and you can probably tell those people from afar quite easily. If you look close enough, or if you're someone that would be like that, you can see it in other people quite easily. It can actually rub off on you too. That's the scary thing. It's just so important to, I guess, focus what you have, rather than what you want, what you're aiming for, rather than what you have had and have lost. Think about what you do have, think about what you want to have, and be hopeful for that, but not spend your life dwelling. A lot of my teenage years were filled with it. So yeah, that is the main purpose of this video. I'm not going to go any further. I think I've said enough. I hope you all enjoy and take something from it that I feel like is needed, especially with the rough 2 years that we had during COVID, and everyone's mental health, I think, took a dip. And for even people that hadn't struggled with it before, I think when your lifestyle, if you had a busy one, if you had a relaxed one, either way, I think when your lifestyle is somewhat limited and restricted all of a sudden, and things are taken away from you that bring you happiness, I suppose, you know, seeing your grandparents, seeing people you love in general, it was rough. And I think the main thing is that I taught a lot of people to actually be present, and that is when I learned, along with reading the book, but COVID really taught me that, like, those whole 2 years the first year of COVID, I pretty much wasn't even there, if you know what I mean. I was in a toxic relationship, in a horrible place mentally. And yeah, I barely remember the whole thing. I just spent every day wishing that the next one would come, even though the next one was the exact same as the day before, kind of thing. It was rough, but we got through it. We're here. And yeah, COVID taught me so much about myself, like so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and let me know what you think in the comments. Just when like had a quick preview of that recording to make sure the lighting was okay and all that jazz. And then I saw my brows and I was like, oh, that's interesting. They look blonde. It's the light and my mirror is so bright and it just always does that. I swear they weren't actually that light in real life, or maybe they were and I just didn't notice. But either way, what I went to do there was fix them. And I actually used, I think it's Catrice. I'll actually just check for you guys because it's a new purchase. And look, we all love a bit of makeup. It's actually by Essence and it's Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. Really good, loving it. Now, let's go into lifestyle, something a bit more fun. Sorry. So, compared to last year, it was a very do-nothing year. I was not good into noggin. So I was very much so held back in the fact I had no motivation. It was kind of just an accomplishment to go for a shower, an accomplishment to eat, stuff like that. Just wasn't really doing well at points. Now, the start of last year was amazing. It was come December last year with the darkness and the winter, just wasn't prepared for it. I had been very, very active and outgoing throughout the summer. And then to come to winter and kind of end up doing nothing was like a kick in the teeth. So yeah, but we moved. Come January, February, I got a bit out of that. And come summer, I was a good bit out of that and things had improved a lot. But I kind of went back down towards the end of summer. I kind of went into a hole and that kind of carried on for a good while. So lately I have been incredibly active, incredibly on the go again. I'm back feeling like myself. I'm back feeling bubbly. I'm back feeling chatty. Back feeling like I don't have a weight over on my shoulders. Now don't get me wrong, okay? You're probably watching this being like, she's so happy, she's so lucky. Oh my God, she's so positive. She's such a good mindset. The last 3 days for me were rough, believe it or not. And look at me now with makeup on, my hair done. I could not motivate myself to shower this morning, would you believe? That is the other point of this whole video. There are so many fronts. And there are so many like things that you see and you're like envying them as maybe a person, a thing, or the way a certain person is, or their lifestyle, or whatever it is, and you do not see the background. Like, yeah, the last 3 days for me were rough. I was just like not in the mood. I was not in the form to do anything. I felt so unmotivated. I still did go and do things because that's just the type of person I am. I feel incredibly guilty if I don't do the things that I have written down for myself to do, because I know that I will regret not doing them. I know that they actually do bring me happiness. So I tend to like force myself, kick myself into gear, even if I feel like I don't want to. But there is some days like, yeah, the last 3 days where I was just like, Jesus Christ. I couldn't do it, you know, just couldn't do it. And that's fine. You know, I give myself those days now because I am so productive most of them. It's okay to have a few rest days. I do tend to burn myself out. So that is one problem with being like so on the go and so socially active as well now. I do tend to, I'll go kind of socializing for maybe 3-4 days, 5 days sometimes. And then it can all hit at once and I'll just be wrecked. I won't have enough energy to do the things that I like doing. Just general tiredness, you know, getting old now. Nearly halfway to 50. It's the sad reality. I've been exercising again, believe it or not. Now nothing major, just walking. But I am starting workouts with my brother. So that's exciting. I haven't done a workout, I would say, since, shame to say, maybe 2 years ago. That's shocking. And it just feels like it was yesterday, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm excited to get back into that and start feeling like stronger. It's not really for the toning up or getting muscle. I couldn't really give a toss. It's just to feel good, mentally and stronger physically. So I'm going to start workouts. I've been walking nearly every day. At the weekends, that just doesn't count because I don't walk at the weekends. I do enough walking, like traveling, you know what I mean? I go and do loads at the weekend. I'm quite active anyway. But during the week, I do kind of try to keep the walks in, especially now that it's dark and stuff. I feel like I'm in a vulnerable position some days, especially when it's really dull, raining, there's not much to do. I try and do something. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be a walk. You know, do something that will bring you that bit of happiness every day. Bring you that kind of a bit of a rest, even. Let's not say happiness. Give your mind a break. It could be reading. It could be playing a game of something on your phone, if worst comes to worst. I wouldn't agree with it because I was so addicted during COVID. I started playing 8-ball pool. I started playing Subway Surfers. Like, I was just playing it. I literally would like stop for a few minutes, watch TV, and then be like, yeah, might as well go back to the game. Brutal. I know how difficult it is also exercising or going outside in general during the winter, but the vitamin D and just the fresh air and the outdoors in general is so important to just bring you back down when you're kind of in that space where you are overthinking, where your mind is on the go. You might have had a hard day at work, college, school, whatever it is. Creche, if there's any babies watching. I just feel like getting outside, even if it's for a drive, and then getting out of the car and kind of just looking around, getting back in the car and going home, just taking your mind off something will benefit you more than you realise. Coming from someone who spent a lot of time not doing anything, kind of just sitting, dwelling on the thoughts. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm really socially active at the minute. It wasn't intentional, but it's just the way things have happened. I've been going, obviously, becoming single, I'm more just mixing with my outside people again, chatting to a lot more people that I haven't spoke to in a while. And yeah, mixing a lot actually, and really, really enjoying it. It's one thing that I find very difficult when I get into a relationship is balancing my time between family, friends, boyfriend. And I don't know why that has been. I don't feel like it's had to have been that way, but it just has. Partially because I just find it difficult to be with all the people you love and spend equal time with each of them. It is difficult. And especially when you're trying to balance like college or whatever the hell it is you have going on in the middle. Kind of taking a step back, being single now, I'm kind of like, what is it that I want to spend my time doing? Who is it that I want to hang around with? I'm really excited to make some new friends in the coming year. I really think it's going to be exciting. I think there's going to be a lot of new people. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of new people, and definitely, more to the point, new experiences. I'm going to Florence and the Machine. I'm just going to repeat that. I'm going to Florence and the Machine. I'm obsessed and I cannot wait. She's probably my favorite female artist after Pink. I'll also be going to England coming up to Christmas now. There's just so much like already that's happened that's been so good. And so exciting. So yeah, really, really looking forward to it. Now, lifestyle, I'm going to mention my eating. I did say that I have developed a kind of healthy, balanced diet, but again, behind the scenes, I'm not going to go and lie. There has been days, and there is days where my appetite is just non-existent, to be honest. Or it could be the other way around, and I could feel I could come like, I think it was last night, I ended up eating about 2.5 slices of apple pie. And then there could be another day where I'd literally have like a toasty and then, I don't know, noodles. And then I'd just be like, whatever. Or maybe even not that, maybe just breakfast and then come home and have dinner and not even want the dinner and just be like, ugh. You know, your mood really does affect the way you eat. And I do not have a varied, balanced, nutritious diet every day of the week. Not a hope. Nobody does, as far as I'm concerned, because it's just not easy. Unless you're someone who does your meal planning, fair dues if you do, I don't think it is very achievable with the kind of busy on the go lifestyle. Right, now, I think we're coming to the end of the video because I'm not gonna lie, my mouth is actually sore, my throat is sore from talking. And I talk a lot and this has never happened. gonna go into my future plans. I think that's a good note to leave the video on, and a hopeful one. So to come from where I was a few years ago, the past few years, to come from where I was, not really having hopes, not really understanding where I was going or why, just not really having a clue about anything, to be honest. In and out of really bad relationships. Like bad as in just toxic to my mental health and like toxic to my life in general. And not all of them, obviously, I'm not saying that, but there was just a few that really like were bad. Yeah, friendships too. But I have no hate towards any of the people that were in my life previously, because again, I've learned so much and I only have the best wishes for all of them, to be honest. I hope they all do great. I'm hoping to get my course done by next September and move away from home again. Not sure where I'm going, as I said, Sligo/Galway, unsure, but either would be a dream. It's just needed, you know, I need my own independence. And yeah, I'm just at that age. I've been at that age since I moved out last year, moved up to Sligo, and I actually ended up moving home at the end of August and ended up deciding to leave the course at the hairdressing. So yeah, I moved home. It's been grand. It's been fine. I've been loving it. I'm lucky. You know, I'm lucky I have somewhere to come back to, and like that my mom is totally okay with that. But yeah, as I said, there's just so many pros to living alone. And I feel like it's literally the last step in gaining that full confidence that I want to get. So I wasn't actually going to talk about the college choices that I'm thinking about doing, but I might just mention a few. I've decided, why not? I'm thinking, a major one I'm thinking about is doing art. I've loved it, always been okay at it, always been grand at it. I took so many routes with art. I thought I wanted to be a tattoo artist, and then it came that actually I was a makeup artist. But I would love to study art or teach art in the end. That would be the final, that would be the end goal. Maybe art therapy. Yeah, art is an option. Heritage is an option. Majorly into the history and heritage and culture now since doing the tourism. Yeah, not ever something I see myself doing. That word to me about 2 years ago, I probably would have just been like, what? Who's heritage? And then obviously want to go on and do the tourism with business in Galway or Sligo, and then end up doing the further education and training teaching. I would love to end up actually teaching makeup. That would be the dream subject. I think tourism would be the other option then if I was to end up teaching something. So I probably will go down the tourism route. I'm not going to lie, but we'll wait and see. On the makeup front of things and the makeup studio, as I mentioned, I'm going to put my all into getting appointments, put my all into making the salon exactly as I want it to be, put myself out there, do more makeup looks, do more videos. I just want to say a quick thank you as well for all the views on my last video. I am absolutely in shock because it's got over 700 and I think it's been 6 or 7 days. I think I mentioned YouTube there, but that's also part of the plan. Stay consistent with videos, put a lot of my time into YouTube now for this year coming. The next thing, my old nemesis, the driving license. I need to redo my theory because my card's gone out of date. Or my provisional is gone out of date, my provisional license. So that's good. What happened was I actually lost my handbag back when I was a silly girl, and that had my provisional in it, along with my passport, believe it or not. But I don't do those things anymore. I've actually got so much better at not losing my stuff. I was actually horrendous. I was brutal. I would have, as my mother would have said, I would have left my head there if it wasn't screwed on. Thank God it is. That's all I'll say. So that's like one of my main priorities, get driving. Even if it's just driving my mom's car, even if it means not having a car and going abroad, traveling, which is the plan, and just having it for when I come back. Either or, I just want to get it done. It's something I've been saying I'd like to do for a while. It's something I have done. I've done 5 lessons, but I just need to finish them off. So yeah, this year is going to be the time to do that, I think. The next thing is travel. So this is future. This will be after next year in college. So we're talking 2 years time. But I have plans to travel throughout those 2 years on smaller trips and not like for a month or more. Either going to go alone or with my brother, unsure. But yeah, traveling is kind of the main thing. Me and the word freedom resonate. My name does mean freedom in Irish, but that's not why. I literally crave and strive to have some sort of that freedom. in my lifestyle, in my job, whatever it is that I end up having, I want that to be a major part. Traveling all the time and going, seeing new places and seeing new things, and always kind of being able to see the world from a different perspective because of that. I've been to Portugal, I've been to Spain, I've been to Italy, and recently then England. I had been when I was younger, but I didn't remember any of it. Okay, my throat's actually in bits. So I'm going to end this video. I hope everyone's enjoyed. I hope everyone's taken something that they're kind of like, okay, I can relate. Or else you just enjoyed watching it and you were bored out of your head and you were like, I'll sit down and watch this one's video. And you were like, do you know what? It was all right. I've been planning to do this video for so long. I'm so glad that I've sat down and done it. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I really thought it would take up so much time and that I wouldn't be able to get it out in the right way, or say things the right way. And then I had, as I said, I had a mind map written up for so long. I just kept looking at it. And then today I was like, do you know what? It is the day. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you saw. Subscribe if you like. And hope to see you for more chats in the future. Bye.